I had someone tell me like, well, there's this kind of like invisible ladder that you're supposed to climb. Invisible ladder? Like, how do I know this ladder exists if it's invisible? How am I supposed to, like, and anyway, that's your ladder. That's not my ladder. That's your ladder. That's your rules. That's your programming. That's not what I choose. That is not how I choose to live my life or run my business. I used to sob in the shower every morning, just hoping that the sound of the water would mask my agony. On the outside, I looked successful, but inside I was crumbling. It took heartbreak, reinvention, and a whole lot of unlearning before I realized this, that the life I was craving wasn't simply going to arrive, I had to create it. Most people are chasing clarity, confidence, or success. What they really need is to feel safe enough to be fully seen, fully expressed, and fully alive. Welcome to the All Out As Is podcast, a podcast for brave-hearted humans, leaders, visionaries, and world changers ready to stop performing and start living in truth. I'm your host, Adia, mindset coach, dance educator, and walking permission slip, here to help you untangle the pressure, move with purpose, and build a life that feels like freedom. Each week, we dive into mindset, clarity, reinvention, aligned growth, lessons learned from the hard seasons, and the real behind the scenes of building a business and life that feels like freedom. You don't need to become someone new. Just give yourself permission to live all out as is. So take a deep breath and let's begin. I was listening to Lori Harder's podcast, Earn Your Happy, and she was talking about this word audacity. And she was saying how it's got these two different definitions. One has to do with being bold and a risk taker, and the other one had to do with like obnoxious and how dare you? Who do you think you are? So, and I totally want you to go and listen to this podcast, honestly, because it's amazing. I'll actually link it as well. But I want to share with you a story that you may have heard before, but I'm really hoping that in sharing this, it gives someone freedom to believe in yourself, into doing what you feel like you should be doing right now, and, and letting go of the fear. So when I first started teaching, I was very, very new to it, maybe 2 or 3 months at the most. And having just come from a super deep depression, the dance had been just healing me, elevating my heart, my spirit, my soul. And then people saw that, were inspired, like, teach me to dance like that, or teach me that dance so I can express myself in that way. So I started teaching. It was really supposed to be, honestly, just a group of friends coming together. But when it was 15 people, I'm like, well, that's kind of a class. So I decided to do that a little bit more regularly, like maybe once every 6 weeks. I charged a $5 donation, and, that was it. I was just kind of getting started. And now I had a coaching background. I was a cheerleading coach, a professional cheerleading coach, professional cheerleader. I had 3 full high school programs that I ran. I was the head coach of the cheer program, the song program, the competition. So I had some experience in teaching in general, and I also have a teaching credential. But that's not really that's not what this is about at all. And the story I'm about to tell you, the person who's the main character in this story had no idea about those qualifications and that experience. Anyway, I was teaching, just living the best life I could in that moment, healing, sharing my love with people, and I got pulled aside at the bar. And this person pulled me aside, and I thought we were friends. So I'm thinking this is going to be some sort of, I don't know, he's going to tell me something cool. And instead, for 2 hours, this person told me the audacity I had at teaching and the audacity that I would charge $5. How dare you, Adia? Who do you think you are? Said all those things. And I just remember thinking, what is going on right now? Like, what are you talking about? And, but I listened for 2 hours. I know. Why did I sit there for 2 hours? I just was kind of in shock and stuck, and also being really nice. Like, oh, this person is talking. Let me give them the time of day. You don't have to do that, okay? It's okay to draw a boundary and walk away. But this person was so upset at what I was doing and saying, like, who do you think you are to be able to teach? Who do you think you are, to charge people? There are other instructors who are so much more knowledgeable than you and so much more experienced. I'm like, cool, all that can totally be true. And also, can I do my thing? Now, when I was in that moment, I was more like embarrassed, mortified, wondering like, oh my gosh, is this how a lot of people feel? No. The haters, the naysayers, the people who are against what you're doing are so in the minority, I promise you, but they also can be the loudest. And that kind of sucks because it feels like they're the majority, but they're not. Okay. So just letting you know if you're in that position right now, don't worry. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are valued. And if you are someone who is not an instructor or you don't have that leadership position right now, will you go ahead and just like right now, send a message to an instructor that you appreciate and just let them know you appreciate them. You do not realize how far that message can go. So anyway, back to this story. I sat there for 2 hours. I was mortified. I was embarrassed. I'm thinking, when you think like now the whole dance floor is thinking this, everyone is looking at me. No one was looking at me. But more than like, hey, come on, Adia, aren't you going to come back and dance? But I went back home and I was just like, oh my God, I was in so much distress. Like, I can't believe this. This is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to give off this impression. I had a friend who was like, Adia, don't you listen to that. Don't you listen to that. You keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing is magical. What you're doing is good. If your heart's in the right place, charge whatever you want, girl, because you are worth whatever people are going to pay for you. If you want to charge $400 a class, charge $400 a class. I know people who do that. Cool. That's their prerogative. We live in an amazing time where you can do that. And guess what? People will pay it because it's worth it. It's valuable. It's valuable to them. Sure, not everyone's going to pay it, but who cares? You're serving the people you're supposed to serve. So anyway, this person encouraged me and I felt like, okay, I'm just going to do my thing. I'm not going to worry about it. It bothered me. It bothered me in my core, but y'all, I'm wearing a shirt right now. If you know anything about the Edge Dance event, it is the first country dance event, country swing line dance convention that's ever existed. And it's the first in this new wave of all these country events. And didn't stop there. Me teaching, me sharing my passion, me choosing to not adhere to somebody else's rules, somebody else's guidelines. Guys, literally one time someone told me one of these, like, there's like 5 people who kind of like had a little thing against me. I'm like, you know what? God bless you. I am here for you. You are so welcome at my event. I love you. If you're watching this right now, I forgive you. If you're not looking for forgiveness, I forgive you for my own sake. I had someone tell me like, well, there's this kind of like invisible ladder that you're supposed to climb. Invisible ladder? Like, how do I know this ladder exists if it's invisible? How am I supposed to, like, and anyway, that's your ladder. That's not my ladder. That's your ladder. That's your rules. That's your programming. That's not what I choose. That is not how I choose to live my life or run my business. So, but everything stemmed from this. Every Kickstart event, from the Edge Dance event, from Nashville Dance Fest, Shoreline and Country Swing, Dance XL, Country Dance Party Tour. I was a co-founder of the Yes Dance Convention. All of that started because I chose to share my passion and do something audacious. I choose to adopt the meaning of bold, risky, audacious in the most amazing way. No, not sure if I'm going to succeed, not sure if anyone's going to like this, not sure if anyone's going to come on board. But look at it now. My guess is if you are watching this video, you've probably at least heard of a Kickstart Country event. That would not have existed if I would have given in to that person who pulled me aside this one day at the bar on a Thursday night and told me to my face, how dare I? The audacity. And I'm like, the audacity. I'm freaking so proud of my audaciousness. I am so proud that I chose to move forward and to take huge risks and to do something that hadn't been done or wasn't being done, to revive something that that just needed more life breathed into it. Yeah, I'm freaking proud of that audacity. And I hope that someone sees themselves in my story. I hope you see yourself in my story, because I share this stuff not to sit here and tell you all the things I've created and how successful I am. I share these things because once upon a time, I was pushed down. Once upon a time, I was shoved down, and I was told that what I was doing is ridiculous. I was told about meetings that would go on about me in the instructor community, where people would say, don't teach her choreography. Don't hire her for this. Don't let her sub your classes, because if she does, who knows what's going to happen. I'm like, that happened to me. And if it's happening to you, I just want to encourage you. Keep doing what you're doing. Have the audacity to continue to take courageous, bold risks. Have the audacity to follow your dreams and do what feels right in your life and aligned in your life right now. And people may not like it, and that's okay, because their rules are not your rules, and their programming is not your programming. They may not agree with you, and that's okay. You paving your own way is amazing. Hey, heck, I may not agree with you. So what? So what? You have permission given by yourself. You give yourself permission to do what feels best in your life, to serve the people you feel called to serve, to show up in the way you feel called to show up. Give yourself that permission. You're the only one who really can. Because if you keep on living by everyone else's rules, you're always going to feel stuck. You're always going to feel like there's a dead end. You're always going to feel like there's a ceiling that you can't move past. So I want to encourage you, just keep moving through. Have the audacity to be bold, to be risky, to be courageous as you follow your dreams. Huge shout out to Lori Harder and the Earn Your Happy podcast. Thank you so much, Lori, for sharing your story. Thank you so much for giving this permission to use this word audacity and audacious and have it framed in such a way that is so powerful and empowering. I appreciate you. You are one of my favorite people and mentors. Y'all check out her podcast, because the way that she explains it all and the stories that she tells is so impactful. All right, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. And if this episode brought you clarity, gave you a shift, or helped you feel more alive, I'd love it if you shared it with a fellow leader, dreamer, or visionary in your life. I always love hearing what resonates with you, so please feel free to send me a DM, and it would mean so much to me if you left a 5-star review to help more people find this space. If you're ready to take this deeper, check the show notes for ways we can work or grow together, whether you're leading from a stage, in your community, or in your own healing. Just remember this: your power isn't in who you're trying to become, it's in who you already are. So keep showing up, keep moving forward, and keep living all out as is.